This will be a kind of a short one. I didn't have quite as much time as I wanted this last week. Oh, doggo. Um, there's just a lot going on, and there was also a playtest that I ended up streaming. So it was playtest for a new game. I'll be streaming more, by the way, but I'll be streaming games probably, with one day a week being crafting. I was thinking multiple days a week being crafting, but I honestly have no idea if that would be feasible. Just because I don't have a lot a lot to talk about. But this week there was just last week was drama, this week was drama. This week was worse than last week. I was so overran from the week prior that I just didn't have a lot of time. More clusters were done this week. These are not clusters, this is just scrap from something, but the more I looked at it, I was like, I don't know how to make this any better. Let me turn down the music just a little bit. Okay. I didn't really know how to make it any better, so I just left them. And like I said, you got like, they're just clusters. This is all scrap paper. Like, picture throwing this stuff away when you can make something like this. And like, here's the junk that I'm currently working on. But like, look at this blank page. We just grab any of these, like this big one here. Look at that. And then you like put a sticker above it. You can make it into a pocket, like a side pocket. You can have it be a focal point. You can have it be a fold out like that, and put some white stock on the back. It's kind of, the thing is, it goes from quite literally a bag of this, which is just scrap tears and pieces of paper, to something usable. I think the main issue I'm having is actually the song type. Oh, it's almost over. We're fine now. A little bit of a Japanese mood. Oriental. Whatever. I feel like saying Oriental's not fair because there's such a dynamic difference between all the different, you know. I don't like this one either. Okay. Also, the songs were purchased from Fat Frog, which is a royalty-free, you buy it and then it's royalty-free music. It's also good for, it's allowed to be used in games, Twitch streams, etc. So that's what I'm using currently. It's just easier. I really like this one, the bees. That was a tester, so usually my glue won't glue onto this type of paper. But if you look at that white spot, I took a nail file that I use for my crafts, and I nail filed off the gloss off the top so it could glue. Anyway, so there's that. Just some clusters. Nothing over the top there. Like I said, I wasn't able to get that much done this week. Just been a lot going on. I should ramble for a few minutes so I can insert a clip. Probably right now would be the clip. I made a couple maps for a D&D campaign. Insert here. My favorite one is I also made a nighttime scene. One of my friends is trying to get into it more. I feel like that's a long enough period to show that off. And then I did more of these tassels this week. Man, the imagery's lagging a little bit. I think it's because it's hot. It's really hot here. So we have the orange ones I did earlier, orange yellow. And then I did these ones, which is this. Don't mind the calluses on my hands. It's got like trans colors a little bit in there. Isn't that pretty? And these just hang on, go to the side panels of it. I made some brown ones with like this yellow red. Just a bunch of them. This one's also utilizing the white, but it's white. This light purple pink. It doesn't want to... There we go. Light purple pink right there and the green. You know, just a bunch of tassels. I probably made about 20 or 30 more of them. I still need a bunch more, but... Wow, that's laggy. We're just gonna have to deal with it. I still need a bunch more, but it's a process. There's not much else to that. I'll showcase some more of the junk journal stuff, I suppose. We have, this is not finished yet. That's as far as they've gotten on it. I'll look at it that way. This is just an envelope I cut down to turn it into something a little bit better. You know, make a writing space. And then this is supposed to hold some stuff. And the theme for this junk journal was going to be music. I mentioned that last time. And these are both pockets, so eventually they'll have something inside of it. You see? I just haven't gotten there yet. This is still a work in progress. This one is done. This is the front. This is the back. I kind of really like this one. And then we have the inside, which has a whole bunch of little goodies. Damaged playing card, a webkin piece. This has that's a wax melt I did a while back when I was playing with wax melts. I still like doing wax melts, it's just I don't use them as fast as I do them, so kinda. So those are going to be inserts for the junk journal. And then this is how far we've gotten on this piece. We got the eyewitness music here. It's actually turned into a note card. A little bit of text here. It says, talks about guitars. We got that music background. And then behind the bingo thing here, we have to pull this out to access this piece. Look at that. It's a cute little writing spot. Oop, wrong spot. And it looks really cute because if you look up close, it's got a little frog trying to point out stuff. And then this is also a pocket. But the cool part with this pocket is this is actually one sheet of paper. I just folded it up to make another pocket. So there's two pockets. I didn't have to like rip a bunch of excess. It's just folded up. We got the tickets I did. We have one there, one here, and one at the end. There's some inking. This is another, and it says what it is. It says Japanese, it's a Japanese notch flute. And I did this page set. Then I added this ruffle texture to 3 different areas in the junk journal. Oh yeah, we got this. Got this. I really like how I did the foiling here. Show you up close. Look at that. Like I said, I have a very cutesy style meets rustic. There we go, another page. Another piece. This is obviously an insert pocket. Another corner pocket. I really liked how the floral looked with the copper. So I think I did that once per signature as well. I do a lot of repeats throughout the book because I kind of want everything to tie in together, you know? Cute lace. Like I said, this is still pretty empty. I wasn't able to work on it that much this week. I did this spread, which uses some stickers. But look how cute she is, you know? You can't just let that sit. You gotta use it in something. But yeah, no, today's gonna be a really short one. I'll probably chat a little bit at the end here about my goals and things I kind of want to do in the next week. I like to talk about those too. It kind of holds me accountable. That's it. I don't really have much in the works either. I pulled out a bunch of stuff. I have like, let me show what I have currently set up here, because this is kind of insane what I have on my side table here. So I literally have, whoa, I literally have all of this off to the side. Like, we got ripped up paper, we got the ribbon, you know, it's just an exuberant amount of stuff ready to go. But I'm just not there yet. And all of that actually will fit in the junk journal. It seems like a lot, but there's going to be a point where I'm probably going to have to pull out a bit more. Especially once I start filling in all these slots and stuff. Anyway. So, this next week, I'm thinking about, it's a little better. So this next week, I'm probably going to keep working on that junk journal, obviously. That's a side project. It's just going to be in the works probably for a month or so while I do other things. I need to set up my, skin's really bothering me. I need to set up, God, that's intense. One sec. Let me, edit something real quick. Sometimes I try to change up the music because I don't want it to always be like piano or something, and then for some reason it just gets so intense when I'm listening to other stuff, you know? Just put that on repeat. So I was thinking about, setting up a stream schedule. Like, I quite literally am thinking of possibly, it would be later in the evening, and if I ever get the hard drive space, I'll start doing VODs of it. But I need to get a whole nother hard drive to do that, so we'll see if that even happens. And I guess I could probably craft while I do this. So I'm thinking about getting a new hard drive for that in particular. By the way, I just keep these in bags. I'll pull them out and possibly mix them at some point, but for the most part, it's just bags. It keeps it kind of contained, and then I get to mix and match the bags when I feel like I'm not getting anywhere with the project. Ooh, dropped one. My talent is always dropping things. It feels like there's always things to do craft-wise. But like, and it might be like, why not toss this paper or why not leave it big? A lot of these pieces were actually this small. I just ripped off the edges. Anyway, I was thinking about streaming 5 days a week. And every day will have its own thing. So we'll have, one day be Once Human, because that's a game I play a lot. Another day be Warframe, and of course the days can change as needed. I want to play this Terminal Brigade thing that I did the stream for the other day as a primary focus piece. Little button in the middle. And yeah. I'm not sure if I want to do multiple crafting days. I'm back and forth on the idea because it would just be me doing this. I think this is more stream stuff. Well, that's the whole point. But sitting there making clusters for a while, it would just be a talk stream. And I don't really have enough followers for that. So maybe just one crafting stream a week until I have enough followers to actually chat with and stuff. Because I'm not just going to sit there talking to myself for hours on end, you know? It's different when it comes to a video like this, because there's at least some feedback. When you're streaming, there's no feedback. Not unless you upload the VOD and shit, and I don't have the disk space for that right yet. I wonder why it's sometimes speeding up and going slow. I wonder if it's the heat or something. But yeah, if you see the stream, the whole video is going a bit slow, which is kind of weird. Sometimes it catches up. Anyway, it might be because there's too much going on. The lagging like that. Even if I was doing a stream and it was lagging like that, it would probably look pretty bad, so I gotta figure that one out. But yeah, it's like a 20-minute video, 15-minute, I don't know. I'm hoping to be able to do more crafting this week than I have been the last couple weeks. It just doesn't feel like I've gotten as far as I want to. But that's just life sometimes, you know? Life sometimes is like, nah, you can't do everything all the time. Sometimes you need to just sit back for a minute, ride the wave, and then jump back into it. It's okay. And the whole schedule thing, there's a reason to have schedules so other people can relate to you and rely on it. But at the end of the day, the only schedule that matters is the one that you can keep for yourself. Like, it's okay if there's sometimes you mess up. It's okay if there's whatever. And yeah, people won't be able to rely on you as much, but if that keeps your mental health okay, does it really matter? I think that one's done. I'm just messing around with it now. Every once in a while, you're just like, fuck. I've been questioning a lot about my life lately, where I want to go, who I want to be. I want to open up a small shop. I want to sell stickers and stuff. I don't entirely know how to go forward with that yet. Because there's so much collateral you need in the beginning. And having that collateral when you don't really have anything to start out with is kind of impossible. Trying to let video catch up. But then it catches up and just goes slow again. I have to figure out what the hiccup there is. I wonder if it's my computer needing a reset, honestly. Maybe I'll reset before I do videos in the future. Anyway, that's it. Like I said, not a lot this week. Next week, hopefully more. Just try to have a good day. Do something special for yourself without any reason outside of just doing it. It doesn't. It could be free. You can just take an extra bath. You can take an extra hour of sleep. It could be anything. Just give yourself that extra time, you know? You know? Just do it. Give yourself that extra moment. You're worth it, you know? Yeah.